The Oral History of Midland project is an intergenerational program where we brought in the students from Midland Secondary School in order to have them interview some folks from the Midland area who have stories to tell that are of significance to the Huronia Museum. And the museum is involved in order to ensure that the information that's gathered is relevant to the needs of the future, helping the young people to learn a little bit more about interviewing, especially interviewing for material that'll be archived for the future.
It's a good experience. Yeah. I enjoyed being a part of it. I mean, it's a unique opportunity to be a part of something like that.
I think it's really interesting to hear like first-hand accounts of what these people went through and their experiences and stuff.
I learned a lot of things about like what they really personally went through. Like, I mean, I know you read a textbook and you find a lot of history, but you don't actually get to know exactly personal experiences that they went through themselves. So.
Teenagers in high school are often accused of being disinterested in history or ignorant, and that was not my experience at all. These students were very keen to work on the project. They were very knowledgeable, and anything they didn't know about, they found out about. And they were very well prepared to do their interviews. John Farragher, their history teacher, guided them, as I did too as well, to find out a little bit about the person ahead of time, do your research, and that will really help you to come up with the great questions. And they did a wonderful job.
It was a bit nervous at first, but you just warm up and you get right into it. I mean, it's just like talking to anybody. So it was fun.
It's really cool and comfortable, and the people we were interviewing were really good, and they were talking to us like one-on-one, so it's sort of like, oh, well, this is just a normal conversation.
Well, I think they were as nervous as I was, but I think it went off well.
At the time, yes, but like as my dad said, if he had known the war was going to last as long as it did, he never would have sent us, because it was hard on them. I don't know how my parents did it. Really.
We had 160 out today to the event, and the event was no charge. It was free for people to come. Anyone who wanted to come picked up a ticket at Askennonia.
The crowd today at the screening was very enthusiastic. They, got reactions to things that maybe I didn't even really notice at the time when we were doing it. They picked up on different things, as audiences often do. And probably the greatest reaction was afterward. 3 or 4 people, a bunch of people kept coming up to me and saying, I have a story too, and I have, some photographs, and all of a sudden people are saying, I have a story to tell, because everybody does.
Well, yes, I'm sure there's dozens and dozens of people out there that have got stories.
The pilot that takes the ships in refused to take us in. And the captain said, we have a leak, we have 1,000 people on here, we have to get in. And as soon as he let us in, we were unloaded into trucks and taken somewhere.
Well, I think if somebody's interested in participating, they should come and talk to us. The whole process is very unintimidating, and it's held in an atmosphere where it's very relaxed, and the students are coached a little bit before to make sure that they ask appropriate questions, and the people who are answering the questions have a little bit of an idea about what kind of things the kids are going to ask them, but it's still spontaneous enough that it's interesting. And if you've seen the videos that we've done so far, you'll see that the people who participated, they weren't necessarily the most relaxed when they started, but boy, when even during the very couple first minutes of the interview, you could see they were very relaxed and they were very giving and honest of information. I mean, this is such a great opportunity to preserve some of your family history and at the same time contribute to your community.
Even if it's not for this project, get those cameras out, get those tape recorders out, get your pen and paper out, whatever it is, get those stories down, because they're valuable not only to you and your family, but to historians, to everybody. I mean, it's no one ever got anything out of a story that someone didn't tell.